Hey, everybody.
It's Friday.
You're giggling.
Well, I am. I'm kind of excited. I hate to start things off this way, but I have to just say something. I didn't tell you this earlier today.
What?
Today, I'm officially in my third trimester.
This is a milestone.
That's the final one.
Yeah.
That's the last one.
Yeah,
in case you didn't know.
I did know that actually, but yes, thank you.
This
for
is it.
educating.
Home
well,
stretch.
Congratulations.
Thank
Yes.
you. Very excited.
That's fantastic.
I just had to say it. It like dawned on me as I was walking down the hall. I yelled to Jill. She was beating me to the studio, and I was like, Jill, guess what? I'm in my third trimester. Okay, there's that.
Soon, soon, soon. We also want to wish everyone a happy Easter, and also Passover starts tonight.
Right.
So happy Passover. So it's a big holiday weekend for a lot of people.
A lot of people gather with their families, have people over for Sunday dinner, Easter egg hunts, and we're talking about these bad boys.
Yes, Peeps. You know, Peeps are very popular this time of year, and it turns out they're made in Pennsylvania. They're made in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, where they have a Peeps Fest every year, and people, you know, people have sort of found all sorts of creative things to do with these.
They have, including there's some sort of art festival, art display
this is in Wisconsin. So
take a look at this.
They ask people, you know, so people submit these, and they use Peeps to create these art displays. And you know, some of these are very creative. They've come up with all sorts of things.
Wait, I'll show you my favorite one.
Okay.
There's one with a dinosaur. There's a dinosaur with a peep in its mouth. That might be my favorite. There it is.
Oh my gosh. Things didn't go well for that Peep.
It's a little graphic, but.
But it turns out this is this museum's most popular exhibit of the entire year there in Wisconsin.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
So as we were talking about Easter and getting ready for the Easter holiday and talking a lot about Peeps, although do you like Peeps?
You know, they're okay.
They're okay.
Yeah, they're okay.
It's like one of those traditions that you almost feel like you have to have one.
You should, yeah. And they come out with new flavors, so you try them. But Jill Neely, our producer, her family came up with a fun thing to do growing up. And in fact, other people do this too. This is on the internet, you know?
Yeah.
Peep Wars. So you stick them in the microwave and you give them little toothpicks like, so we did this yesterday. You give them little toothpicks like swords. And so this was our Peeps War Challenge. So first, Heather and I both picked a Peep. Mine is the yellow one, Heather's is the pink one, and then you stick it in the microwave and watch.
I don't know. I still don't know. This was really like, I guess you won. I don't know.
No, you won. You were declared the winner, and then Selena and Mikey did it, and
they just put as many toothpicks as they could.
Yeah, it looked like a porcupine. Yeah. So since Selena's was hanging off the side, we determined that Mikey was
won.
the winner. So then it became the showdown. So it became Mikey and Heather.
So I decided less was more.
Yes.
Based on what I saw happen to
Strategy.
Selena's.
It was your strategy.
So I only put one toothpick in. Mikey went with like a dozen.
I love the dramatic music. It's very dramatic as we pull this out.
So, and even now, looking at this video, I'm thinking, how do we really determine that I won?
Well, yours was more intact. Jill felt, because Jill was our judge, Jill felt yours was more intact, and Mikey's sort of looked like all the toothpicks kind of...
That's my favorite part. In the background, David is eating his one Peep of the year.
Well, you got to celebrate. No, you didn't actually eat that, no. But anyway, congratulations to Heather, because she is our Peeps Challenge winner.
We left the break room and it smelled like s'mores in there.
Yeah, Andy
or
Sheen
burnt marshmallows.
Came walking in right in the middle of it, and he just turned around and left.
The serious journalist that he was like, what is
what
going
are you people
on
doing
in here? Oh my goodness. Well, it is a fact that a lot of people spend money on Easter.
Yeah, and you might be surprised by how much money. So that is what makes up today's list. We take a look at Easter spending. This is from the National Retail Federation, and 8 in 10 adults celebrate Easter. The average per person, $151.
Yeah, but do you know spending overall across the country? $18 billion.
$18 billion. That's a lot of money.
So they divvy that up,
and it's not just Peeps. It's other stuff too.
Yes, food is the #1 expense, and this is true. I'm hosting Easter dinner at my house this weekend, and I'm thinking, okay, you got to get the ham and the appetizers and the side dishes, and then a little bit of wine, maybe. So, yeah, it does start to add up.
We're going to my Aunt Pat's and she makes these homemade noodles. I hope, if you're watching Aunt Pat, I hope you make the homemade noodles.
I'm sure she will.
But of course, there's ham and all of that, and then we bring the wine. But she'll have wine there too. There'll be wine.
But you know, someone actually posed a very interesting question the other day on Facebook. They said, "Do you feel like this is turning into Christmas?" Which also should not be such a big spending holiday. But do you think it's turning into that because after food, it's clothes and food, and you know, all of that follows. So
yeah.
You wonder.
Well, in clothing, I learned this morning that Frankie buys you shoes for Easter.
Sometimes he does. In the past, he has.
I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Good job, Frankie. All right, so we are starting something new today.
We are. And this is a new game where we are playing Where in the Berg is Mikey Hood?
Yeah, it's kind of like Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
This came out of...
Only it's Mikey Hood. And it's not around the world because we have a limited budget. So it's
so we can send her nowhere except for where she can get in Katie, our car.
In Katie, our car. But it's not just in the Berg, it's really all of Western Pennsylvania. So we're kicking this off today, and Mikey's going to give us clues throughout the show, and then we will learn where she is this morning.
All right, so Mikey is going to join us. And Mikey, we know today, we won't normally, but today we do know where you are.
We know.
The viewers at home don't. So can you give us any clues?
That's right, Heather and David. David, I love my new theme song. Thanks, thanks for that. So this is the first game of the series, and you're going to have to guess where I am. All right, here's the first clue. Riddle me this, riddle me that. I am about 20 miles outside of the city, 20 miles south outside of the city. This place has been here about 50 years. And because of what's happening this weekend, it's a madhouse here. Where am I? So I'll have my second clue coming up when we come back.
It doesn't look like church.
No, it doesn't look like church. Most churches don't have stuffed animals.
And it
That's really
look like
all we're seeing, the
fish
stuffed
fry.
animals. I also like that Mikey has like a Where's Waldo-esque blouse on today.
She does.
She is with this.
She does.
All right, we want to show you something really cute. So at the Pittsburgh Zoo, 4-week-old baby leopard. Look at this.
Aww.
Oh my gosh.
There is a little bit of sad news though, because in the litter there were 2 cubs and one of them unfortunately passed away. This is the other. And this little baby leopard unfortunately is not feeding so well from the mom, so they're hand raising it. The zoo is looking for a companion to keep the leopard.
But they say
company.
this one is now doing well and is strong. No name at this point, but they did say they're taking suggestions. So we know how well all of you did giving us suggestions for our new car at PTL. So perhaps we can give the zoo some suggestions on this little one's name.
Well, I hope we can quickly also mention that today is National Garlic Day, which if you've been watching,
which is why we have garlic bulbs here. Yes.
So we're talking about National Garlic Day. A lot of people will eat this to boost the immune system. They think there are a lot of health benefits to it, but we were also talking this morning that if you eat too much of this, it can actually ooze out of your pores.
You can actually kind of have a garlic smell. So you don't want to eat maybe too much, but it is good for you, and it repels vampires.
And Doug Oster, who will join us later.
Never be too safe.
That's true. Doug Oster is going to join us later this hour, and he brought in this book, The Great Garlic Book. Apparently there are many different varieties of garlic. I thought there was just one, but that is not the case.
We always learn things from Doug. He's coming up a little bit later on.
He is.
And also coming up, we are in the kitchen with Selena and Rachel Carlson from Yelp Pittsburgh, talking food. 5 area restaurants you should visit for Earth Day, which is coming up. All right, maybe you can't visit them all in one day. Or, you know, I would try. I am up for that challenge. But anyway, we're going to check them out next on PTL.
And then later, what's playing at the movies for a long holiday weekend? We're keeping it real with our resident movie reviewer, Drew Mignot, ahead. Thanks for being with us on this Friday. We'll be right back.
Is this rich people basement? Put me in the middle of that. Who are you?
Well, I'm April.